Stay frosty and head over to ezmutt.com for the cheapest mutt coins on the market. When I say cheapest, I mean it. We're talking 1 million coins for around 45 bucks. Use code DIRECTOR for 8% off. Yo, what up, brothers? What's up? It's the Director. Chargers fans, this is it. The last game of the season. How much significance this game holds to Chargers fans, to Justin Herbert's fans, is monumental going into week 17 of the NFL season. Because yes, we're going up against a division rival in the Kansas City Chiefs, who are resting a lot of their starters for week 17. And of course, a win against Kansas City would be significant for Chargers fans, but I think the biggest reason we should care is because of Justin Herbert in his rookie season. This is his last opportunity to put up some significant numbers to claim the throne of best rookie quarterback of all time, and he is very, very close. So in this video, I want to break down all the need-to-know information for Week 17, Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs, this time being played in Kansas City, as well as all of the goals that Justin Herbert needs to hit in order to break a plethora of records held by Andrew Luck, Carson Wentz, etc. It should be a pretty huge week for Chargers fans. This is it, guys. Do or die. Chargers fans, show up on Sunday, root for Justin Herbert, and go crazy if he's able to accomplish what all of us were probably not thinking was accomplishable this year with Justin Herbert. A lot of us not even thinking he'd see the field until 2021. Will I get to say it again? Chargers fans are witnesses to history. Oh, I'm so pumped. Well, guys, before we do get started, I do have kind of an announcement to make. Now, I'm not launching the giveaway right now, but are you guys ready to see what's going to be up for grabs here in the next couple of days? Oh boy, I think you guys are going to like this. Oh my God. What I hold here in my hands is one of the coolest jerseys I think I have ever picked up. Honestly, I kind of want to keep this. This is an Air Coryell jersey with a few names I'm sure you guys will recognize. Signatures by Wes Chandler, Kellen Winslow, and Charlie Joyner. Three of the best Chargers players ever on one jersey. And yes, here on the back it does say Air Coryell. Oh, I told you guys I had something special in store. Now, of course, guys, remember this particular giveaway is for members of my crew as a gesture of appreciation to you guys for helping me get that off the ground. Man, guys, thank you so much. This one's out to you. Now, if you're not a member of my crew, don't worry about it, guys. I'm going to get you guys taken care of as well. I got another jersey in my hands I'm going to be giving away in the next few weeks, open to everybody. Should I give a little sneak peek? Just a little bit? Just a tip? Maybe from this side? Oh, I'll be announcing that one in the next couple of weeks. If you guys want to be prepared, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. That's really all you got to do right now. If you are a member of my crew, get hyped, man. This is going to start here in the next few days. Oh, that is hot. Now, maybe some of you guys are like, Director, what is your crew? What is this? It's my YouTube membership, like the Director Club. If you guys would like to join my crew, hit up the join button underneath this video or in the top right-hand side of my channel. There's a link in the description, too, if you're having trouble finding that. With it, you'll get perks like custom emojis, members-only chat, and getting your name in the end credits of my videos. But mainly, it's a great way to support me, support the channel, and keep the Chargers content a-flowing. But yeah, guys, I'm super excited. What a way to kick off the new year. Happy New Year's, Bo fam. And with all of that, I know, don't get too excited. Let's get into this video. Before we do get rolling, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy this Chargers content. Small amount of time you guys take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification helps me out a lot. Let's get into this video. Lights, camera, action. The Chargers versus Kansas City Chiefs Week 17 season finale. Holy cow, guys, there's so much that could happen this game, specifically for Justin Herbert. Before we start getting into all of that, though, let's start off with the injury report like we always do and see who is suiting up for this game and who perhaps is sitting out. So now we'll get into like the players we know are sitting out in here just a minute on the Chiefs side. But for the Chargers, let's go over some of the players that we can expect not to suit up on Sunday. Nasir Adderley got full practice and he should be okay. Jaleel Adai is questionable. A lot of these guys, it's week 17, so I would fully expect if there's any question marks around him, they're not going to want to risk it. They're probably going to let him sit out. So we've already seen this confirmed with guys like Joey Bosa, Brian Bulaga. I don't know if he's on this list, but Keenan Allen is also going to be sitting out this game. I think they put him on the COVID list or the IR list or something like that. And then the other guys definitely out are going to be Casey Hayward, Malik Jefferson, and Rayshawn Jenkins, with the possibility of Sam Tevi sitting out as well. Other than that, everybody else listed, I do fully expect to suit up for this matchup. So it should be more of the same for the Chargers. You know, Justin Herbert without Keenan Allen, it's a little bit worrisome, but we've seen guys like Jalen Guyton and Tyron Johnson step up in games before. So we're going to have to see that happen again. But probably one of the biggest stories of this game is going to be coming from the Chiefs side of the ball, because yes, they are going to be resting a lot of starters. But let's start with some of the players that, you know, with injury should not be in this game. Le'Veon Bell is listed as questionable. I don't think he's going to be playing this game. Tyreek Hill, Mike Remmers, offensive lineman, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Ben Neiman. Oh, as well as Sammy Watkins. All of these guys listed as out. Now, of course, the biggest names on here, Tyreek Hill, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, that's pretty significant. These other guys, Sammy Watkins, also very significant in their own way, but not having to face Tyreek Hill this week, that's kind of a blessing in disguise for the Chargers secondary in week 17. Now, if we scroll further down just a little bit here, we will see a couple other guys. Limited practice for Damian Wilson, linebacker. We got did not practice for Derek Gnadi, defensive tackle. He's questionable. Everybody else seems to be okay. So Frank Clark, Javarius Ward, they might be playing. Now, the reason I say might be playing is because the Chiefs are in playoff mode right now. If you're a casual fan, you don't know what to talk about. Well, basically, when a team is guaranteed a spot in the playoffs, particularly the #1 seed in the AFC West, there's really no reason to roll out your superstars and risk injury in a game that doesn't matter. And this is something we've already seen confirmed by Andy Reid, head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. They are going to be resting Patrick Mahomes in week 17 versus the Chargers, obviously their best player. And in his place, we're going to see Chad Henne, who I think's on the wrong side of 30 and hasn't really played a game in like 5 or 6 years. So officially, as of right now, the Chargers will not be facing against Patrick Mahomes in week 17. But this injury report does paint a bigger picture for me when it comes to who we're actually going to be playing up against. So we already know that Tyreek Hill, maybe he could have played, maybe he shouldn't have played. He's out for this game. Probably an easy decision for Andy Reid. But there are some players not listed on this injury report who could absolutely be sitting down week 17 as well. Some of their superstars that they would want to keep fresh going into the playoffs. There's a chance that Javarius Ward, like I said, he was on the injury report. Do you want to risk him before going to the playoffs? Probably not. He might be sitting out. Maybe Jarius Sneed as well, defensive back, been one of their better this season. I think he's a rookie, doing very, very well. He's likely a candidate to be sitting out as well. Actually, let me make this a little bit bigger. Big playmakers like Frank Clark, Alex Okafor, Chris Jones. I mean, you got to put someone in this game, right? They don't have an unlimited amount of like reserves that they can go to, but they could definitely sit out a huge number of their playmakers that they want to keep fresh for week 1 of the playoffs. So if we continue scrolling, a couple other names I can maybe see. Le'Veon Bell could definitely be rested. Darwin Thompson, Darrell Williams will probably be taking most of the snaps there. Tyrann Mathieu, Juan Thornhill, Eric Fisher, Travis Kelce. These are pretty big. And Mecole Hardman. These are all pretty huge names, guys, that I wouldn't be surprised if they sat out week 17. These are the guys you're going to be relying on in the playoffs, and you do not want to risk injury at the very last second. So now that we've established that the Chiefs are likely going to be rolling out with their second, third, fourth string starters, this kind of does give fans a new perspective on how this game could be played out. This is a prime opportunity for Justin Herbert to take advantage of a weak secondary, weak linebacker, weak pass rush, and really go ham to stack his stats. Kind of feels like Kansas City's Christmas gifts to the Bolts. So what have the Chiefs looked like without Patrick Mahomes in the past? Well, the last time he hadn't played was 2019, and in his stead was quarterback Moore versus Denver, Green Bay, and Minnesota. What was his name? Yeah, Matt Moore. Now, in these games, Matt Moore, he did okay. 117 versus Denver, but 267 and 275 versus Minnesota and Green Bay, which those teams are no pushovers in 2019. So offensively, I think this team has just ran so efficiently that we shouldn't take anything for granted when it comes to, can the Chiefs' second and third string still put up points? Now, yes, and no. We got to remember that the Chargers defense hasn't been the best they've been in years past, but they have been pretty efficient versus the pass, not so much against the run. But in regards to passing defense, this is the guy that we're going to be going up against, leading their offense, Chad Henne. He hasn't even seen a start since 2014. Take my word for it, man. I went through all these years. The last time he's actually started was against the Indianapolis Colts back in 2014. 6 years it's been since Chad Henne has taken the field. And you'll notice in his last 3 games, I'm not quite sure if he started this game, but he sure as heck was in it. Against the Washington football team, 14 for 28 for 193 yards, a touchdown and a pick. 34-17 loss versus the Eagles, 24 completions out of 43 for 266 and 2 touchdowns. He was pretty decent. But again, this is Henne from like 6 years ago. So we really have no idea how he's going to perform in week 17. And the reason I say don't write him off is because I feel like a lot of us didn't really take Matt Moore seriously when he came in relief of Mahomes in 2019. And honestly, he did okay, minus this game versus Denver. He won 2 of those 3 matchups and put up some decent yardage in the first 2 games. He was all right. But that being said, if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs going in week 17 and I see the state of the Chargers, I kind of still want to win this game, I'm going to be attacking the Chargers on the ground like crazy. And that's where we're going to see guys like Darrell Williams, maybe Le'Veon Bell carrying a majority of that offense. They don't want to lean too far on Chad Henne, seeing as he's not really played in forever. But again, I'm not writing off their offense. I think they're very well coached. There's a good chance that they put up some numbers. But why do we care, Chargers fans? Week 17, a win here will only drop our value in the draft, drop our draft position. Why are we screaming and hollering in week 17 for the Chargers to beat the Chiefs other than the sweet taste of smacking down on a division rival? Yes, as I alluded at the beginning of this video, it is because of Justin Herbert and the accomplishments he can make in week 17. A week where the Chiefs are resting their starters, a week where it kind of makes up for Justin Herbert not playing in week 1 because of how amazing this opportunity is for him to really stack his stats. And some NFL fans don't care about stats, which is totally fine, man, but we're talking about Justin Herbert solidifying himself as Offensive Rookie of the Year as well as the greatest rookie quarterback of all time, and it's by breaking a couple of more records. He's already broken the record for most touchdowns by a rookie quarterback in a rookie season. He still has a shot to beat a few more. As a matter of fact, he will likely beat a couple of more. The biggest one fans are hoping that he can smash this week is going to be Andrew Luck's rookie season passing yards record, which right now he currently is the leader with 4,374 yards. In order for Justin Herbert to beat Andrew Luck's record, he's going to need to put up 341 yards versus Kansas City in week 17. It's a tall order going against any NFL caliber defense, but it's absolutely possible. I'll show you guys the numbers here in a minute. But for some of the other records that he could be breaking, there is one. Cam Newton, I think in his rookie season, put up a total of 35 touchdowns, and that's combining his air touchdowns with 21 and his rushing touchdowns, which I think are, 14. As of right now, Justin Herbert has 32 total touchdowns, which, means he's got to put up 4 more touchdowns to be the all-time leader in total touchdowns for a rookie quarterback. And honestly, against this particular team in this particular circumstance, totally possible. Another record that he will likely smash is Carson Wentz's total completions in a rookie season with 379. Justin Herbert has 374, so he's going to break that on Sunday. He only needs 5 completions that entire game. And then there was another one where it came to most yards per game by a rookie quarterback. I think he only needed something like 50 or 70 yards to break that one, but let me know in the comments if you guys found any data on that. And with this opportunity to pad his stats, he will likely land in the top 6 of quarterbacks, maybe top 7 of quarterbacks for the 2017 season. Also considering that he will be a game behind everybody else in this category in the top 10. Because as of right now, Justin Herbert only needs 25 more yards to beat Aaron Rodgers as far as season totals and yardage. As a reminder, if he had played week 1 and put up roughly 300 yards, he would be number 3 in the league right now above Josh Allen. So if he puts up what he needs to break this record, this will solidify him at the number 6 spot to end the season. Again, with 1 game behind everybody else. Very, very, very impressive and important if he's going to be winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, which I think he likely will. But I also want people to have like the unquestioned opinion of him being the best rookie quarterback of all time. And if he can smash these records, honestly, there's going to be no denying it. Now, here are a few reasons why, a few stats why I think it's absolutely possible. Let's see Justin Herbert's, some of his best games of the season. Because a lot of people are thinking 341 yards, probably a little bit out of hand, but really you're talking about going up a second and third and fourth string secondary and defense, whereas in the past he has put up, what, 311 yards the last time we played against the Chiefs. Some of his best games, 330 yards versus Carolina, 341 yards versus Jacksonville, 366 yards versus New York, with a couple more really close ones at 326 and 314 sprinkled in there. The question is, how lethal do we think the Chiefs defense is when they're relying on their second, third, and fourth stringers? Do we think they're going to be as bad as maybe the Jets or the Jacksonville Jaguars? Or maybe they're still pretty decent because of their scheme, whatever, and they only allow around 311. If I were a betting man, I would say Justin Herbert, who was able to go over 300 yards last time he faced him, can do it again and add even more to that to chase that record. I know that's going to be in the back of his mind this game. He can deny it all he wants, but I'm sure him, his coaches, his teammates, everybody in the Chargers organization are very much so rooting for him to beat Andrew Luck's record on Sunday. And again, I think the odds are very, very high. Now, I always do show the last matchup when it comes to division rivals. Justin Herbert, again, 311 yards, a touchdown, and an interception in week 2 of the NFL season last time he played them. But I also did want to show kind of, what Patrick Mahomes did versus us last time. 300 yards, just over it, with 2 touchdowns. I point this out because, Patrick Mahomes didn't have his best game of the season against this Chargers defense, and now they're asking Chad Henne to come in and do the same thing. Now, I don't know if he's going to get anywhere near 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, so just keep that in mind. Rushing wise, the Chargers were pretty good, 183 yards and a touchdown between Austin Eckler and Joshua Kelly, and of course Justin Herbert with the touchdown, his very first of his young career. But we do have to keep in mind that we are going to be missing Keenan Allen, who counted for 7 receptions, 96 yards last game. Hunter Henry, I didn't read if he was back from the COVID list. Guys, let me know in the comment section below. That's kind of an important detail. But really, again, I'm hoping that the Chargers unleash this guy. Austin Eckler needs to have the leash taken off because really, he gouges the Kansas City Chiefs defense when he's allowed to receive the ball. And with so many weapons out this week, we're going to be relying a lot on Mike Williams and Austin Eckler. I really hope that Austin Eckler is the guy they trust most, by giving Justin Herbert options, at the safety valve, passing underneath or checking down. Because Austin Eckler, he can take, a 5-yard gain all the way to the house at any moment, especially against such a weak secondary, such a weak defense of second, third, and fourth string starters. So what would this all amount to? What would all of this Chargers fans be excited about? We go out there, we crush the Chiefs. Justin Herbert stacks his stats. This is what at stake. Justin Herbert likely would solidify himself as Offensive Rookie of the Year, which honestly, he's the favorite right now, and I really think the odds of him not getting it are very low. But we're also talking about Justin Herbert solidifying things that don't have an official plaque, things that are spoken about by rookies and fans for years to come. And that thing is, Justin Herbert is the best rookie quarterback this league has ever seen. Since its inception, there has not been a quarterback better than Justin Herbert. And this statement carries so much significance for this season. We get to salvage what we can from this season, but more so to next season and seasons in the future, seasons that have yet to come. Because no matter what happens in the draft, in free agency, or other trials that may be, we do have the best rookie quarterback of all time whose potential is just beginning to be unearthed. And that gives Chargers fans, myself, everybody, so much hope for the years to come. I think that this Sunday is going to be very significant and very important to Chargers fans, Justin Herbert, NFL fans in general, and I like Justin Herbert's odds. I think he can do it. The only person standing in his way right now, in my opinion, is going to be Anthony Lynn. Because if we take a look at games past, Justin Herbert, he could easily put up 200, maybe even 250 yards in the first half. But if we see the same tendencies and habits we've seen in the second half of games by Anthony Lynn, when the mentality shifts from let's go win this game to let's protect this lead, we could easily see a dip in production in the second half. Tony, Anthony Lynn, if you blow this opportunity for Justin Herbert, for NFL fans, for Chargers fans, I will be very upset. Of course, there's a possibility that Justin Herbert just naturally, organically doesn't put up those numbers, but if he has a shot at it, if he has a chance at it, and shoddy play calling, shoddy clock management, anything that's on the responsibility and shoulders of the head coach, if any of that steps in the way of Justin Herbert, I don't think there's going to be any calming us down. We will riot. So that being said, guys, I think Justin Herbert has a good shot at beating all of these records, if not most of these records. Maybe he falls a little bit short of Andrew Luck's. I think a win here, I think good stats here, definitely takes Justin Jefferson out of everybody's mind and replaces it with Justin Herbert as the offensive rookie of the year. Again, most people are suspecting it's going to be Justin, but a good performance here, there will be no doubt in the minds of all NFL fans. Crazy video this week, but are you guys ready to hear my official score prediction? Chargers 35, Chiefs 24. I believe that Justin Herbert will beat Andrew Luck's record. I believe this Chargers team can end the year off on a high note with a win over the Kansas City Chiefs. And I believe that with this game, every NFL fan will know the name of Justin Herbert. And that's all I got for this one, guys. Wow. My last pregame video of 2020. It's bittersweet, but really, man, kicking off the new year with this game, kicking off the new year with this video, all the things that I've got planned for the future via the draft, free agency, just a lot of topics about the Chargers gets me very excited about the future of this channel. We had a good time last offseason. I think we're going to have a better time this offseason now that we know what we have in Justin Herbert. Super excited for this community, guys. Super excited for Chargers fans and super excited to see what happens in Week 17 versus the Chiefs. Well, that's all I've got for today, guys. Remember, like and sub on your way out if you did enjoy this content. Make sure you're subbed in preparation. I will be announcing this giveaway for my crew here in the next couple of days, and then the other one that I teased here in the next couple of weeks. Make sure you're subbed. That's the best way to get prepared for that giveaway as well. I want a heads up. My crew can definitely win the other jersey too. It's up for grabs by everybody. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Good luck to the Chargers this Sunday, and good luck to Justin Herbert. I truly hope I get to say Chargers fans are witnesses to history once again this Sunday. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been The Director. We'll see you next time, and as always, bolt up and stay frosty.